Hi. So today we're going to listen to a song by Fern Kenny, and this is called Together We Are Beautiful, I think. Never heard of this before. Let's listen together.
He walked into my life, and now he's taking over, and it's beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful.
Okay. I don't know what year this was made. I'm going to go ahead and say the 80s. As someone who lived through the 80s, I feel like there was this time period where, like, there was a sort of new technology. I'm just going to go ahead and call it the Casio keyboard effect. And it was like, it was new and it was accessible and like whatever. You like hit a button and like bossa nova, or you hit a button and like samba beat or whatever. And it was the AI of its time in the sense that, like, AI is for people who already know how to do it. They don't want to spend the time doing it, right? The Casio keyboard is for somebody who already knows how to do it, but doesn't want to spend the time doing it, right? This beat is what happens when someone who doesn't know what they're talking about takes an AI answer and just like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, okay, you can make a beat like that, but should you make a beat like that? Um, I'll say, like, off the, like, at the outset, I don't love it. I don't love it. Her vocal is really interesting. It's very interesting. Like, that's not, I haven't heard a vocal like that. That she has a very unique kind of voice. It's a very unique voice, but also, I don't know, this feels like early 80s. Somebody found a button on a keyboard and was like, let's try this one. I don't know. It's not a strong start for me.
I've gone with better looking guys. He's gone with prettier looking girls. But now we're beautiful. I think we're beautiful. I don't need love affairs anymore.
Thin. It just sounds really thin. Like this is what I was talking about with the Anita Bell song, right? The Anita Ward song, Ring My Bell, right? It sounds lush, layers, like lots of stuff going on. Like, this feels like she might have done this herself, like in her room or something. Like, it feels like there's one electronic machine doing all of this, and you can really tell.
I don't need love affairs anymore. Can't you see it's the chemistry? You almost agree together we are beautiful. We are so beautiful. I am the rain, he is the sun, and now we've made a rainbow.
honey, honey, did nobody say, like, I am the rain, he's the sun, and now we've made a rainbow? Girl. Oof.
I think it's beautiful.
I mean, okay.
It's really beautiful.
Really beautiful, though.
I don't need love affairs anymore. I don't need love affairs anymore. Can't you see it's the chemistry? must agree together we are beautiful. We are beautiful.
I mean, the only interesting thing I've heard so far is like that sort of key change with Together. I mean, honestly, this just feels it feels a little phoned in, guys. I mean, I'm sure Fern is a lovely woman and a fantastic conversationalist over dinner, but like this is uh no. No. Yeah, it's really just like this feels like you know those guys. You know those guys where it's like they tap and it's the symbol on the hat and they've got the drum here and they're doing the singing and all that. It kind of feels like that. It feels like the early 80s like at home keyboard version of that. It's just it's not enough.
And if the whole world fell in love, just like me and my mate,
Yeah.
this would be beautiful.
Yep.
This would be so beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
I don't need love affairs anymore. No,
Yeah, honey, love affairs is not what you need. That's not what you need. You need okay. I don't want to be me. I'm sure again, I'm sure if you are a fan of Miss Kinney, fantastic. But as someone who has never heard the song before, I'm just really sort of struck by, there are some songs that are very simple and it's really charming, or some songs that can sound really homemade, or like, I was just out in my garage and, whatever. This is not it though, because it also just feels very manufactured. I don't think that's a drum. I think that's a drum beat. I don't think that's a piano. I think that's an electric keyboard. Like it feels very. It doesn't feel. I'm gonna say authentic, which is a word that gets used way too much, but it doesn't. I can't. I'm not finding anything out about this person from this song. I'm not learning anything about myself or music or her or anything. Like it's very superficial and it's very superficial.
I don't need love affairs anymore.
Say it again.
You see, oh, it's the chemistry. I'm together, we can you see, it's the chemistry. You must agree together, we are
Okay. I mean, okay, like she's hitting some notes there. Like she's obviously got some range. I don't know why they saved that until the last like 5 seconds of the song. I mean, if you've got a vocal range, then why don't you give her a little bit more of a challenging song? Or why didn't she write a more challenging song for herself? I don't know who is responsible for uh, We Are Beautiful, but like, come on. So, yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. There's something there's a thing that I see sometimes in all kinds of popular culture that really drives me crazy. And that thing is something that I'm going to call laziness. And what it means is just like I mean, I'm not saying that that is the cause of like what I'm hearing here. I will say though that I feel like it needs more. It just needs more. And it's a little bit frustrating that like you have a vocalist who's capable of what you showed at the end of that song, but you didn't show it until the end of that song. But also like the arrangement, the sort of end product, like I said, it just sounded really thin, like just very thin. And also I just needed just you just need to work harder. I don't know what else to say. Like you just need to work harder. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It needed more. Um, so yeah, I guess it's not a question of like did I love it or did I hate it, but it's just kind of disappointing. Like it's sort of disappointing. Uh, I hope that this woman has. I again, like I have never. I do not know Fern Kinney. I hope. Like, is this? Oh, the best of. So she has a best of album. So maybe um, there were other songs that she had. Um, yeah, I don't know. This one, again, if this is the best of, it's not a great sign. It's not a great sign. I didn't love it. I felt like it underserved her. Um, yeah. So better luck next time, Fern.